Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So apparently a lot of people have been saying the King's Avatar is actually pretty good. It's actually like some sort of Chinese esports anime, and a few people messaged me on Twitter saying, hey, you should go check it out. So I went ahead and checked out the very first episode. I actually did a live reaction to this episode first. However, apparently my desktop audio was playing in the background even though I had my headphones on. I didn't even realize. So yeah, sadly the video is, it is drawing in the episode feedback. So I mean, honestly, I would be copyrighted due to that factor. So what I did is I put the link down in the description down below for a Google Drive link in case any of you want to watch my live reaction. But still, you will hear the desktop audio, but I guess it's better than nothing. So with that said, I'm basically going to give my overall impressions and thoughts on the very first episode of The King's Avatar, and more or less talk about the same stuff that I thought about in my reaction to this first episode of The King's Avatar. So this series is actually pretty interesting. It's based off a Chinese manga series. I could be completely wrong on that factor. Please correct me if I am wrong. Also, by saying these names within the series, I'm probably gonna fuck up. So I'm not really gonna dive into the names too much because I know I'm gonna get shit if I pronounce the names wrong. I'm not Chinese, so I mean take that into consideration. But yeah, so we basically have this series premise as a MMORPG that apparently is sort of like an esports sort of series. I mean, that's what a lot of people have been comparing it to. It's basically like a team-based battle in which players, can do raids, they can fight other players, and also earn some money along the way, just kind of like how you would do in an esports tournament. So our main character, the premise of this series is that our main character, just to summarize this series, is that our main character is basically this player who has been playing the game called Glory, I believe, for 10 years straight, ever since it first came out, I guess, and he is a pro player. And eventually, there's certain circumstances in which basically these people take his card, his ID, I guess, for the game, and they put him under retirement. But the thing is, our main character, in fact, is not quitting. He, in fact, still loves the game. And what happens is, we actually see him go back to, the beginner stages of where he started at before. And he reaches, like, level 20 within this episode and versus the very first boss of the game, and he joins this raid with several characters with his very own team, in which they each have their own sort of skill, and they all fight the very first boss together. A few of them actually die in the game, but this other character apparently wanted the money all for himself, so he was waiting until the other characters would die, so that way he can claim the money for himself, all the loot. And he was basically using our main character just, for healing purposes only. And he wanted to take all of the loot. However, there's a certain circumstances in which, he was really, overwhelmed by the boss. And he's like, heal me, I'll give you 50% of the loot, and I'll take the other 50. And the main character's just like, nah, man, you don't deserve it. I'm gonna take all of the money for myself because you're a fucking scumbag. So yeah, and he eventually dies, but the main character takes out this boss with just one fell swoop. I'm like, holy shit. And regarding this anime series, the very first episode, it's very reminiscent to Bloodborne, at least from this first episode on what I thought of it, to be honest with you. Now, don't get me wrong, Bloodborne is by no means a MMORPG, but it is an RPG to a certain extent. But what reminded me of Bloodborne was that this very first level is you're at basically like a forbidden forest, so to speak, kind of like how in Bloodborne, you're in this very dark area within a forest, and there's even a red moon up in the sky who basically kind of like summons the boss battle to go about. And I'm like, yo, all of this is very reminiscent to Bloodborne, at least the setting. And there's also a part of the episode in which our character's main weapon, the weapon that he used in the beginning of the episode, is an umbrella. Like some like OP umbrella. And I'm like, the fuck? How the fuck is that a weapon? And then he transforms it to a spear or some type of bow staff and freaking one hits this tiger. I'm like, yo, you can transform weapons just like how you do in Bloodborne. That's actually pretty interesting. So there's certain similarities within this series with Bloodborne, at least, you know, in my personal opinion. But I mean, you know, take it how you will. But I'm very interested in where this series is going to go. I will say that. Because our main character, you know, is a pro player, but he undergoes this retirement, at least from his ID, because we have these sort of cards that are, you know, basically the ID, the account to your character. All, you know, your level progression, your character, also your stats and the skills that you have. But apparently he ends up selling his account as a pro player, and he enters retirement. However, he gets a new card and goes under a different account, under a different, you know, name for himself. So he was from a pro back down to a beginner. And maybe along the way, he is actually going to become a pro player yet again, which is most likely what we can expect. But he will end up going under tournaments, at least from what I've heard. This, I mean, again, this series is, you know, said by some people as a esports anime. So, and what's kind of funny about this is that these sort of game tournaments are being added to the Olympics, which is completely insane. Like, in a few years, they will be added into the Olympics, which is completely insane. So we're eventually going to see gaming tournaments in the Olympics, which is awesome. But yeah, I really like the premise of this setting, and I'm all of this series, and also I'm really interested regarding, you know, the character's, you know, girlfriend, I guess the heroine. I mean, she's not really the heroine, because at least for this very first episode, she really didn't have any sort of, you know, I guess, you know, role in this episode, because she was basically kind of there, you know. She was there one moment and then pushed to the side, while the episode really focused on our main character's progression as a beginning character. But I'm very interested to know if, you know, this girl is actually his lover, his friend, or maybe even his sister. And forgive me if I am wrong, but I believe her name was Mo Chang, or it's either Mu Chang. I think it's Mo Chang, at least how you pronounce it in Chinese. But apparently she is also a player, at least I think she is, and she's actually a very good one, just like, you know, our main character. However, I don't really know. But yeah, hopefully we see more from her, because it's not that I'm just interested, you know, in that factor, that she could be the sister, you know, lover, or, you know, girlfriend. It's just the fact that, you know, I wanted to see if she is a player as well, because she was mentioned by the other girl who was apparently the boss of the, you know, sort of casino that was going on where you can play, you know, the game called Glory. So, I don't know. Well, I mean, we'll see. But so far, I'm very interested in this series. I very am, because it's different. It's different, and it's also based on a Chinese, you know, series. And personally, the concept of it is pretty interesting. It has, like, the Japanese sort of animation, but the subtitles and everything is Chinese. The whole series is, you know, based on a Chinese, you know, manga series. I could be wrong on that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But about this series, it really does a very good job on the perspectives and transitions of the episode. I was very surprised by that. And also, the 3D animation wasn't too bad as well. It actually kind of flowed with the episode. I'm not gonna lie, it actually did. So, in my personal opinion, we need more series like this. This is actually, very, new from what we have seen. I mean, there has been probably Chinese animes, but there's really not that much of them. It's kind of like, you're picking one nail out of the haystack, so to speak, which basically means that it's rare. It really is. So, I'm liking the series. I really am. But, yo, the OST is pretty awesome. But, yo, that ending song, that is fucking fire. That is the best ending song that I have heard of this season so far. I mean, I haven't really been watching a whole lot of anime this season due to, working on my gaming channel and all personal problems, and then also working on this series as well, or this channel as well. So it's getting kind of, complicated coming out with more videos. But from what I have heard of this season, this ending is the best one. From what I have heard, because, I need the full version of that song. Like, in my reaction, I got hyped. I had to, just hear the whole song play out before I can actually speak about the overall episode. Like, that ending song was amazing. Like, very good job on that. Whoever is the composer and also the singer to that song, very good job. I need a full version of that now. But yeah, guys, pretty much that does it for the review of this series. Sorry if it was a long one, but I personally really enjoyed this first episode, and I'm interested to see where it goes down from here. So, yeah. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Be sure to comment down below if you would like to see more videos such as this one. Hopefully, if I do more videos, I'm going to do reactions to it, because I have heard that basically episode 2 is a lot of action, and overall, apparently people like the live reactions to this series. So, this will just be my first impressions review, but I will leave a link down in the description down below if you guys want to check out my reaction on Google Drive. But yeah, if you do want to see more videos, be sure to comment down below and give this video a like, and also, just let me know your overall thoughts about this episode. I'll be sure to do more reaction videos, and maybe even reviews such as this one, if, one of my reaction videos fucks up regarding the audio and all that jazz. But most likely I will do reactions. But, yeah, hit that red subscribe button down below if you are new to the channel, as I will post more videos such as this one, and more anime and manga related content that hopefully you will enjoy. Thank you very much for watching. I will catch you all in the next one.